Hi everyone, I am Esha Agarwal, a textile and clothing designer, and today I'm here to talk to you about what the circular fashion ecosystem actually is, why it is important, how it benefits us, and how one can adapt to it. Currently, humans create way too much waste. We make products, consume them, and then chuck them away, littering our planet in the process. But what if there was a different way to do things? In the natural world, there is no rubbish or landfill. Energy is provided by the sun. One species' waste is another one's food, and when things die, their nutrients return to the soil in a full circle of life. Unfortunately, humans do things in a more linear way. Resources are extracted from the planet, turned into products, and then thrown away when no longer required. There may be some reuse and recycling happening on the way, but ultimately it is still take, make, waste. It's like when we want that latest phone or computer, we tend to bin the old one. When our washing machine breaks down, we buy a brand new one. But this wasteful approach, known as the linear economy, is not working. We are running out of resources to make new things with, and we are producing too much toxic waste. Increasingly, clothes are being seen as disposable items. Garments are being thrown away after fewer and fewer uses, with some being discarded after just one or two wears. Globally, clothing utilization has decreased by 36% in the past 15 years. Yet, over the same period, clothing production has doubled. Styles now have shorter lives. Brands are offering more collections per year, and often the clothes come at a much lower price. Because of this, clothing is valued less by the customer and as a result is seen as disposable. That is why we need to move to a circular approach in fashion, inspired by the natural world, where everything has value and nothing is wasted. Circular fashion can be defined as clothes, shoes, or accessories that are designed, sourced, produced, and provided with the intention to be used and circulated responsibly and effectively in the society for as long as possible in their most valuable form, and thereafter return safely to the biosphere when no longer of human use. Waste and pollution are completely designed out in this process. It looks to disrupt the linear model, keeping clothing and materials in use through recycling, repurposing, and rewearing, avoiding where possible making completely new products, and using virgin material. Therefore, reducing the amount of ecologically harmful waste created due to production or disposal. A circular economy is often seen as a tool for making a society sustainable. In the debate about the subject, the three aspects of sustainability are usually referred to as social, ecological, and economic. But in fact, the debate about the circular economy only focuses on making material flows more sustainable. The social aspect of the circular economy is at the most only considered in terms of its potential impact on employment. In addition to materials, human skill and labor is also an input for the production of goods and services. As in the circular use of materials, the same applies here. What we want to prevent is shortage of skill and labor, and we do not want to create social waste, which would be people who drop out for a long period of time. In other words, we want to employ every person in a job that makes the most of what they have to offer and for as long as possible. Waste is at the heart of fashion. Both the physical act of discarding materials and clothes and the ethos of junking items one out to fashion. The average piece of clothing lasts for 3.3 years before being discarded. The industry pays less attention to waste than to other ecological issues, but research suggests better waste management could save it $4 billion per year. Around 35% of materials in the supply chain end up as waste. Consumer use creates microfiber waste through washing synthetic fabrics, and nearly 35% of microfibers polluting marine habitats come from this source. Use of synthetic fabric releases thousands of kilograms of microfibers into fresh and oceanic waterways every day, equivalent to 3 million plastic bags per day. As much as 95% of the clothes thrown away in the trash could be potentially reworn, reused, or recycled, but currently only 12% is resold locally, 56% goes to landfill, and 24% goes to incineration, where they release further hazardous chemicals and greenhouse gases. It is estimated that extending the life of a garment by an extra 9 months reduces its environmental impact by 20 to 30%. Every ton of discarded textile that is reused stops 20 tons of CO2 from entering the atmosphere. Fewer than 1% of garments are recycled into new clothing each year, and only 20% of textiles are recycled at all. For every 1 lakh people, up to 110 kgs of microfibers would be released into the local waterways daily, which is equivalent to the pollution caused by approximately 15,000 plastic bags. Horrifying, isn't it? Circular fashion is the only probable solution to tackling all these problems. Have you heard of the saying, reduce, reuse, recycle? The best thing we can do is buy fewer, better things. In 2020, you should already be considering cutting down the number of items you purchase. Full stop. We don't need a new outfit for every Friday night. Really, we don't. Fashion's current rate of growth is immense. With 114 billion items of clothing sold globally last year, that is 15 new garments for each person. Buying less and re-wearing favorite items from the back of the wardrobe will help slow down fashion, reducing overproduction and all the resulting issues. Buying less should also mean buying better. And what's better than items that have already stood the test of time? The mantra is, loved clothes last. The more we love the clothes we own and those we purchase, the better off our wardrobes will be in the long run. This is why repairing, revamping, and taking better care of each item can make a difference and avoid more clothing going to the landfills. Because textile waste is a pandemic which has been haunting us for decades now. Another step we can take is shopping second-hand and vintage. Though second-hand clothing is not so popular in our country yet, it is slowly but steadily coming into the limelight. While years of overproduction and underwearing is largely bad news, one perk is that there are plenty of clothes that are already out there, looking to be rehomed. Of course, there is the option of now renting clothes. Rental fashion is a great solution for lots of occasions when we risk ending up with unworn clothes lingering in our wardrobes, or if we really want to wear something we couldn't justify or afford to buy. You could also use resale sites these days. If rental is too provisional for you, then it's back to second-hand. Though you needn't just buy, you could also contribute to the circular ecosystem by selling. The second-hand clothes market is expected to nearly double by 2023. On eBay, a pre-owned fashion item is purchased every second, and you can get in on the action in so many different ways. Passing on items that no longer fit your body or your style ensures that the product gets to live a second life, hopefully in a loving new home. For all of you who are still apprehensive about pre-owned clothing, for any reason you could choose to buy from circular fashion brands. Size, time restriction, accessibility and style can prevent people from buying pre-loved clothing. And even the fashion rental sector leaves a lot to be desired regarding the true inclusivity and body positivity. Plus, there is also an argument that we should still be supporting creativity through new designs. Thankfully, there are brands out there that already engage in circular practices. Though this requires some knowledge, research, and technical awareness, you should try to also choose fabrics wisely. If for some of us, circular fashion brands are out of reach, as they are generally more expensive than a fast fashion brand, looking to the material makeup of any purchase, be it from your Mango or your Zara, can help you take part in circular fashion. When choosing clothes or accessories, it's helpful to think about what will happen to them at the end of their usable life. Are the materials and production techniques high enough quality to be passed to someone else to start with? Will it be safely biodegradable or could it be recycled? We could also try swapping. For those of us who don't have a biological double living in the same city with similar tastes, then a more formal clothes swap is a great idea. You can arrange a swap with a group of friends or colleagues or visit a pre-organized event. The shift from a linear to a circular economy holds many benefits. Of course, it will reduce the pressure on the environment and improve the security of supply of raw materials, but crucially, it will also provide consumers with more durable and innovative products that will increase their quality of life and save them money in the long term. There are plenty of solutions out there, they just need to be scaled. This could be a renaissance. We may be on the cusp of a future that could provide a tremendous leap for humanity. This change will come from everywhere. It comes from innovators making smart recycling tools, from you and I shopping on resale sites and mending, from companies using recycled materials, from celebrities and a new vision of luxury, from a sense of quality and beauty, legacy and pride in what we are wearing, and a sense of belonging with the community. A successful circular fashion economy comes from all of us. Fortunately for all of us, the future is here and it is very stylish. Thank you.